time with it.
All righty. We are going to GalaxyCon.
Yeah.
On Friday.
This coming weekend, the 15th, 16th.
17th.
And
then, so I've heard this story. Oh, God, it's got to be 22, almost 23 years ago?
It was...
When was your store open?
Oh, well, that would have been, 25 years ago.
Not 25. 22.
Yeah.
And about this event, and it broke my heart if I had a heart to break, and I just... Okay, I couldn't deal, and I've continuously taunted Eric with this and hollered at him, and we're gonna go right to Eric now.
Well, we're going to this thing upcoming here this weekend specifically to see Shatner,
the myth, the man, the legend,
who is on tour right now, and he's going to be in San Jose, and that's close enough to us, and that's what we're doing.
Danny Crane,
and really, Shatner's the only star, like major star of Star Trek, that I've never seen in person. I mean, he was the only holdout at the 20th anniversary con in '86, which I went to, and everybody and the mother was there. I mean, even people that were not there specifically because they were being paid for personal appearance, they were just people there just to be there. Like, we met Grace Lee Whitney out on the floor. And
Dean Coots and all, right?
Yeah, just everybody who had anything to do with Star Trek was pretty much there except Shatner. He was the only holdout. Because at the time, he had an attitude about conventions, and and the thing is, after that weekend, he started showing up again.
Ugh.
Like, I guess there was a series of 20th anniversary cons that went across the country.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It wasn't just one, but the one we went to was the first one in Anaheim at the Disneyland Hotel, of all places, in their conference center. And, it was so much fun. And
so this is where you dressed up as the Orion Trader?
Oh, no. The Orion pirate costume was, early 90s.
Oh, okay.
They got me on the news. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a different story. But
and we'll get to that.
DeForest Kelley was at that event, at that convention. But everybody was at the 20th anniversary con. 1986, I was 21 years old. I went with my buddies and
a whole gaggle of old school nerds.
A co-worker of theirs. There was 4 of us all told, and we took. They were computer techs at the time and had a van for their field work So we took this van and slept in it.
But was it as cool as the one from what was that show with the aliens and the signal with Nick Frost?
Oh,
nothing that cool?
No,
it was an old rape van.
It was just a big empty van that we just slept in the back of for 3 days. And
we have hotel rooms for this show. I'm just saying.
Right, we got lodging for this one, but no, we just went. We got the 3-day pass, and like I say, slept in the car for the weekend because we were young and single, and it was doable. We had something we could all sleep in. I
have a question. I just have a question. Just at this point, did none of you think about like, hey, I'm gonna find a gal, and we're gonna party like it's 1999. So are we gonna do? Is the van the hump van too, or you got to go?
No.
Okay, so it was like, if you get somebody, you got to go somewhere else and do your thing, huh?
Yeah, it would have had to have been her place, because it wasn't going to be our place. Our place was an empty,
a stinky old tech van.
With not even any kind of carpeting on the floor of it.
Oh, wow, like a fucking metal.
Yeah, like a big metal box.
Anyway, sorry.
That they had hollowed out and took all their equipment out of, because that's what it was used for, was computer equipment. Anyway, so it was a blast, but there was some. We like I say, we saw Grace Lee Whitney, met her. She was cool as shit. Got a picture with her. I don't know whatever happened to that picture, but she wouldn't be there to be a part of the people on the panel or anything. She was just there to be there. And Gene Roddenberry was there.
And this is where you saw the black and white?
Yes.
Okay.
It was the first time I had ever seen the uncut original pilot, The Cage. And even at the time, it was 86. the only known complete copy that was known to have survived was a black and white copy. It wasn't until I think '89 that the color copy surfaced, and they were able to, release a whole complete color edition. Because the when they cut up the pilot film that they did for the Menagerie episode, at the time it was the only known color copy that they ruined.
Okay, yeah.
And it turned up, like I say, in like '89 in some storage, whatever. Somebody was going through cataloging or clearing stuff out of the back corner, and hey, look what this is. Color copy of The Cage. So,
sounds.
But it was on like, I would say 16 millimeter.
Okay.
Like in the school classrooms when we were kids. Yeah.
And then I bet every motherfucker was quiet that you could.
Oh yeah.
You could have heard the mouse fart.
There were times when there was some murmurs of like, laughter there, and like, especially when they went into warp drive and it was all cheesy. Anyway, but no, Roddenberry himself showed us this. I mean, he put the film on the projector and dimmed the lights and hit the start button himself personally.
Damn.
And
so Majel Barrett was there.
Oh yeah, of course.
Everybody, and was all the production team there? Dean Kuhn and
Gene Kuhn had passed by then.
Oh, okay.
So no, there's no. Yeah.
Like a DC
but like
and
Robert Justman and all them.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty sure they were all there. But all the stars: Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, James Doohan, Nichelle Nichols, Walter Koenig, and George Takei, before he came out of the closet. But Gene Roddenberry and everybody but Shatner.
Everybody but Shatner. Pretty much, yeah.
And I even remember that weekend was when Dark Knight Returns #3 hit the newsstand, and I picked it up while we were in LA, and I remember reading it while we were there for the convention. That's just something I remembered, was because the Dark Knight was,
it was the thing to do.
It was what it was,
It was the happening spot, right?
And #3 was out, and I mean, I couldn't help it. I read it that night in the van, Friday night after we were done with the convention, and then Saturday night.
So you got to set it up first, more than just.
No. Saturday night, there was Walter Koenig.
What was there? Was there a panel or something beforehand, or?
Oh yeah. They had question answer, and my buddy even was able to ask Leonard Nimoy a question. We were out, and he had raised his hand. And
what was his name? Was he like the nerd in that show you love?
We were all like those nerds in that show I love.
Okay.
But no, he had a question and was able to ask Nimoy if we would ever see Romulans again in the Star Trek films.
And this is before. Right before 5 came out.
Yes, we'd seen from the first 4 of them, and we'd seen Klingons. But yeah, no, he has, and of course Nimoy couldn't answer that question.
Yeah,
he said, I don't know, and I forget what all he said, but he ended up saying you have to ask Bill about that, and Bill wasn't there to ask.
Did he have a booming voice, or do they sound like they sounded on the show?
Well, his conversational voice was what it was.
Yeah.
And he was on a microphone, so you could hear him clearly. He didn't have to shout. But no, it was Leonard Nimoy with that voice. I don't know.
And everybody else was kind of the same?
Pretty much, yeah. And, of course, James Doohan without his accent, because that was a character thing. But no, everybody was cool. And of course, upcoming, the next release was Trek 5 we got a sneak preview of. We got a sneak preview of The Next Generation, which was in production and in development. Basically just a bunch of stills of the new costumes and some of the new characters.
They were just shit themselves. They were just like, oh my God, right?
Yeah, because, it's 86 and Next Gen hit about a year later in 87. And and yeah, Walter Koenig was opening his suite to the attendees of the convention for an after party Saturday night, and my buddies didn't want to go.
What did they want to go do? They wanted to go get some pot.
Well, yeah, one thing, we were out of weed, which we could have got at this party, I'm sure.
Oh, honey, you could have got so much more than just
dude.
pot.
I mean,
anyway, you could have snorted that shit right off of fucking Orion slave girl's ass,
dude.
Oh my god.
Or if nothing else, Grace Lee Whitney's. But
yes.
Anyway,
and Eric would go for it.
And I was like, let's go to the party
because there were flyers.
There were flyers circulating. Everybody who was at the thing. There was an open invitation to Walter Koenig's suite for an after party, and.
Sweet baby Jesus.
And
I can't even believe that anybody would not want to do that.
Right?
I'm just saying. As a me.
I tell you, my buddies were not as sociable as I was, and really just didn't want to go. And I was like, I was this close. I mean, I swear to God, I was this close to saying, well, I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. I'm going. But I was afraid I wouldn't catch up with them because we had no cell phones or anything like that. It's 1986, so I was stuck with them. And
they didn't have intercoms in the.
I would have found a place to crash for the night.
Oh, of course you would have.
I would have slept in the hallway if I had to.
You wouldn't have had to. You would have found some gal.
I just would have been up all night partying with the stars, all the stars of Star Trek. I mean, fuck, really? But no.
Oh my God.
Not only did we have to go score some weed, which ended up being getting ripped off.
Oregano and stems.
It was like herbs that were tied to skewer sticks with dental floss to look like the stuff tied to a stick. Which the stuff tied to a stick is a piece of hemp fiber that looks very much like dental floss. I mean, it fooled us at a glance, but no. Once we're like, this is not what we just got ripped off, and we got ripped off again because my buddy
you guys aren't social, but then you decided to go.
He was dead set on going into Hollywood, scoring something that we ended up not getting what we wanted, and going into a Hollywood strip club, and we ended up in the most god-awful dive place. The gal had to have been at least 50 to 55 years old.
With more lines on her than a mirror at Studio 54.
I mean, a Band-Aid on the underside of one of her boobs. And of course, you wanted to go sit down front right next to the catwalk, and the light was spilling out on us, and there was like maybe 2 or 3 other people in there besides us. And we're sitting there with the light on us and all conspicuous. And all I wanted to do was, I was like, I wish I was back at the hotel partying with Koenig. It was, it was horrible. And I swear to God, I was this close to just telling him.
It hurts every time I hear the story. It does, Eric.
Oh, I'm sure. It hurts me every time I tell it. And, and then we got back on Sunday and heard about all this stuff that went on the night before, and
drugs,
that we missed,
and rock and roll, and Star Trek, baby.
Fuck yeah, man!
Oh my God!
Once in a lifetime opportunity to go actually and rub elbows and hobnob.
You would have been rubbing more than elbows.
Well, yeah, but I mean, really, to go rub elbows and hobnob and
you would have found somebody.
Not be standing in line and waiting for it. You
would have found somebody's tribble and just lived the life.
Oh, dude.
But if it made that noise, that would have been great. It doesn't like you. Oh my God, that's a great joke. Sorry,
But
yeah,
I just couldn't believe they didn't want to go, and would rather just go into Hollywood, get ripped off, and then go get more or less just.
Well,
I was so self-conscious in there with the light spilling, and I've
met one of your friends.
I didn't even want to make eye contact with the gal. She was just gross.
I've met one of your friends, so I'm just like, was that like a pivotal point in their life that they were just so happy that they,
Oh no, we none of us wanted to be there once we got in, but none of us.
Was it 2 drink minimum or what?
Oh, I don't even think that drinks were being served because a lot of times those places don't serve alcohol. Well, I guess if they're fully nude,
Ugh.
but
Oh, it's all watery under my tongue. It's just,
I know, dude.
oh,
I mean, I'm throwing up in my mouth a little bit
oh,
just
my eyes are
remembering
burning.
I mean, it was like your grandma up there, dude.
Ah,
Oh my god, it was just oh,
sweet Christ.
and she wasn't even an old pro. Like, you know, some of them that are
Yeah,
of an age,
yeah.
but they've been doing it for 20 years. They're old pros, and yeah, it's still sexy. No, this was not sexy.
So she didn't even know
It was
she
disgusting.
had another $40 for Mount Kilimanjaro. No.
Oh God.
So this has been like a dream to finally meet Shat.
Well, maybe not a dream, but
It completes the set.
I've never had the chance to see him. I mean, there've been over the years many different places he's been and popped up, but it's never been anything that I could attend for whatever reason. Just bad timing, or didn't hear about it till after the fact, or whatever.
Bad timing, bad luck.
But really, man, after that convention in Anaheim, he started showing up again, and it was almost like when he turned down doing the cameo in the Star Trek J.J. Abrams thing.
Oh.
And then Nimoy was in it, and Nimoy was in it, and the movie was decent, did decent at the box office, was fairly well received, and all of a sudden he's going, call me. He regretted not doing it after the fact because, Anyway.
Well, worse than Shatner not being there is your story.
But I do remember, when Shatner did have that, meltdown tirade at a convention.
Yeah.
They even did a Saturday Night Live sketch about it. And so, yeah, he did drop off the convention circuit there for a while because he was busy with TJ Hooker, for one. He was still working and doing stuff. He didn't need the conventions for source of income or anything. And really, the rest of them really didn't by then either because the movies were out.
In full swing.
Yeah. But they were all there for the 20th anniversary con, except him.
All right.
So that's what we're doing. Going to see Shatner almost 40 years.
Yeah.
It's been 39 years. 1986 was the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Next year is going to be the 60th.
Yeah.
And
they're going to do the 59th. So
right?
Yeah.
Anyway, but that was a big deal at the time.
Oh,
the big 20th anniversary con. Everybody was still with us.
Yeah.
We hadn't lost any of them. Roddenberry was still with us, and I mean, really seeing the cage like that, in
all its glory,
and personally introduced and shown to us by Gene Roddenberry himself, and the only known copy to exist was the black and white one, and he projected it, on like a classroom projector, like we used to have when we were kids, on 16 millimeter on a screen, and and there was other things there too. They were showing like blooper reels and other things. First time I'd ever seen a lot of that stuff, and dealer's room was cool. Stuff wasn't as expensive at the time, it was starting to get up there, but we came home with a bunch of little stuff. And speaking of the costume I'd made, the Orion Pirate thing, I picked up all of the badges.
Emblems and stuff?
The Starfleet badges.
Yeah.
The command badge, the sciences, the engineering.
Medical.
Even the medical one with the Red Cross. Yeah. I had all of them. They were like, really nice gold, like faux leather, and they were just sitting there. So I took them and used them on that costume because they're just sitting around taking up space. And
you haven't seen my house.
But anyway, that's pretty much my story. That I did get to go to that. It was a good time. We had a blast. And one of the biggest disappointments, though, was skipping Koenig's after party to go get ripped off for some pot of all things.
Wasn't even pot.
And it was so important to my buddy. We're out of weed. And I was like, you know what? So what, man? We go party up there. There's gonna be anything you want up there. And you know, I want to go to a strip club. Oh, you're fucking kidding me, really? You know, and the worst dive you could imagine. I mean, really.
If there is a multiverse, there's a world where you win.
There is a world where I went to that. Yeah, I mean, I was just this close to just saying, you know what, you guys, I'll meet you in the morning. You go do whatever you're gonna do. I'm staying here.
Call center, right? You know,
right. We could
you could have made it tomorrow.
Could have had him paged, if nothing else. I mean, it just anyway.
That's the story.
But yeah, finally seeing Shatner 40 years later.
Yeah.
He's 94 years old, man. But we're going.
Like, share.
We'll tell you all about it.
Subscribe.